buenas. Tienes salud, dinero y libertad. La angustia que sientes no sirve para nada. Oye, tienes que cambiar, luchar porque no es tan mal. Risa porque la vida te da. La angustia que sientes no sirve para nada.
out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome. There we go to the Crypto Lifer Show. 64,450 for Bitcoin. Playing some games, but staying strong. We're going to kind of see where these charts take us on this beautiful Thursday. Unemployment came in beautiful. Bullish, baby, bullish. I'm in that purple, baby. You guys were asking for it. Someone kept asking for it. They said, I want to see that Miami Vice suit. I said, I'll bring it on, baby, this week. So shout out to everybody here on the live. Okay. That sound in the background, I was like, kind of annoying, but it is what, I had to change it. Okay. 64,450. I just aped a long. Why did I ape a long? I'm up 17. Not a big long, right? Very small long. Very teensy weensy. It's $250 for $1,000 if we get a move to 67.4, which is actually $3,000, which is a third of my sizing. Yeah, I'll likely not sit with that. But the reason being is price action has been funny. And I like the long on the daily. I like the move on the 15-minute. I sat in it for 3 days. And I have to be honest, I capitulated this morning, and I finally just took profits. I just wanted to call profits. I was like, and I was up $1,000. I said, why not just take it? You know what I mean? So, but then I was like, but then they started, then I saw a little bounce here, and I was like, that might bounce off to 200. So I aped into a little bit long, a small long here, but it may not play out. You know what I mean? So I'm not really, I don't have tons of confidence in the volume at the moment, which tells me to keep my position sizing small. I've learned. I used to just always keep my positions big and be really stubborn. I've learned to actually not do that. And I've learned to actually have what's called proper risk management. It's an amazing thing to have. It's been awesome. So I'm looking for the 1 hour though to get a bit of a bounce here, to turn this into a possible inverted head and shoulder, to get us back to square one here. We're still on the 21. We're still above the 200. Until the 1 hour breaks the 200, I do remain more bullish than bearish. There's some indications. Hey, we got a trend line. I'm barbarically doing this. We're going to do it nice and neat for you in a second here and break it down. Shout out to all my beautiful lifers, everybody here on this wonderful August day, August 6th, 2028. And people are freaking out about what if. We're going to talk about it and break it down. Is what if done? Is it cooked? Or is it time to actually jump on into one of the lowest buys in history? $4 million already bounced to $8 million on the low. It's doubled up already. I'm in. I like these areas, so I bought the bottom. I didn't buy the top. I bought this area down here between $6 and $10 million market cap. A little bit of a DCA, grabbed it up. And so I am in. What if I have a little stake in it? We'll see what happens. All right. I won't put my password in now, but maybe on another screen, and then I'll flip it over. I would like to show you my stake, just so you know, but it's about 345,000 coins, roughly sitting around $5,000, maybe even a little, maybe $6-7 something like that. About $7 of what if. So we'll see what happens. But this is a beautiful bounce. Previous support is resistance, and it's a 786 Fibonacci retracement. So Anyway, we're going to finish this. I'm also going to show you something else that's going to reveal the likelihood of a move, which I don't want to show you right now. Stay tuned for more. I'm going to finish off this what if. I got a thought here that I'm dangling, and I'm going to give it to you in a little bit, just so stay tuned. But I'm not done. There's something I want to show you on what if that I'm actually pretty excited about. Okay, so let's take a look at the monthly right now for BTC and the falling wedge that we're starting to make here, and it's looking pretty beautiful. I like it. I like what we're seeing here, and it looks very similar to the previous time that we had a bottom. If you're new to my channel, I am publicly calling that we have bottomed like 95%. There's a very small chance we have not bottomed, in my humble opinion. And it would have to be a black swan, something really out of the ordinary, that we would all have to shrug and say, oh, well, like, what could you have done there? And someone would say, oh, but that's your easy out. Yes and no, because most of the time we get a pretty good play out. Bitcoin has been following suit. Like this was a flag that should have broken to the upside and hit the target. It hit the exact measured move, which was wick to wick on the algorithm. So you take this top of that wick to the bottom of this wick, and I've learned that's how these bots figure out where they're going to go again. Look at this. It's nuts. There's no way that's not a coincidence. Look to where we wick to. This stuff isn't coincidental. This is how it works. So then right now we have what's called a head and shoulder pattern. We're not going to deny that. But what that's going to do is going to create a bunch of people. They're all going to short here. Their bots are going to tell them to short. It's going to identify this. You have to be able to do this for years and years and years to really get these big moves on the bottom. The big players trade the big time frames. It takes you years to do this, to trade the big time frames. It's just like everything in life. The people that do it the most get blessed. I can, I've been in a 15-year Bitcoin trade, or not a 15, sorry, 10-year Bitcoin trade now. Technically my investment in Bitcoin is a 10-year trade. Will I ever take profits? Maybe at one point there might be something. Maybe there's something I want to do with it, or maybe I just pass it down and let my daughters decide that decision. You see what I'm saying? That's the goal, is to never have to touch it. To grind so hard your assets just keep growing, and they kind of just insulate you from any situation. That's why I work 7 days a week. When you work 7 days a week, you begin to insulate yourself. Your first year of 7 days a week, you've outworked, think about it. That's 8 days a month, 8 times 12. Isn't that, that's 96? Am I wrong there, right? So, because 80 and 16. So 96 days more out of the, isn't this weird? There's 365 days a year. This is a really weird thing, right? And we could round up or down. We could say around 300, but there's a little, 300, whatever, 365 days a year. Now, what if you were to say, kind of strange, right? But just adding those 2 days, which is about eight a month, and then you times it by 12. And it might be a little different because not every month is the same, and there's 31 days, and I get it. But we got to do something to keep it But there's 96 of those days that I'm working that the world doesn't do. And I did that now for 5 years. I worked an entire year more than the rest of the world. So I worked 6 years in 5 years. You see what I mean? I got the results of 6 years of work. And some, look at now minus 365. I mean, dang, man, now I'm up again. I keep adding. In 10 years, I will have done, you get what I'm saying here? Everyone wants to know why the successful are successful. Because they don't stop and they push themselves to a level way higher than the average person would ever dream of pushing themselves. They demand such a higher level of basically of success. Like, you have to do this every morning. It has to be this way. No exceptions. There could be no exceptions to your goals and dreams. There can be nothing that, today I'm not going to do it because, no. You said you were going to go to the gym. You go to the gym. You said you were going to make, do that file for work at 4 o'clock. You sit down at 4, you do it. You said you were going to take your car in for an oil change on Thursday at 3. You do it. Stop saying you're going to do things and not doing them. It's adding up. And it's adding up to your trading. And it's adding up to your life. And it's causing pain and anguish in your entire life. You're not where you want to be because you can't sit down and do what you say you're going to do. If I'm talking to you, it means I am. I'm talking to myself from 10 years ago. I was so stuck and couldn't get out of my own way. Monthly looks beautiful. If you're here every day, I want to build you up mentally. I want to show you that you can too change your life. And it's not just me that changed his. I are him, you are him, we are him. I are him. Yeah. But look at this. Monthly looks good to me. I like the shoulder, head, and right shoulder beginning to form on the monthly. We can say this monthly is beginning to crack. It's beginning to crack the trend line. It's not there just yet, but if this pumps up a little more, we close the month somewhere at 67, that's going to be a breakout. And the monthly, basically, whenever it breaks a trend line, it pretty much seals the deal. So we'll see what happens. It could still right turn here and maybe make a turn for the worst. Then we could take a dump down to 37, 40K. Anything could happen. But the first thing that's going to happen is we're going to go, we're going to lose the 4 hour. The first thing before any of this, we'll lose the 1 hour 200 moving average. Then we'll lose the 4 hour 200 moving average. And then things will start to collapse. And we're going to be the first channel to do it because I go over Bitcoin twice a day, multiple times throughout the day in the trading group. And we haven't taken a day off in years. So the odds of the next 5 years of us being here 100% of the days are very high. Now, God willing, God has kept me healthy, my family healthy, and so far everything is going okay. Thank you, dear Lord, for my healthy children. If my kids weren't healthy, I couldn't even focus on the charts or do a dang thing. I wouldn't be able to breathe. So nothing would matter. Nothing. The second any of my kids aren't feeling well, or there's even an inkling of them being sick, I don't feel well. I keep a positive mindset, of course, but it's not the ideal situation I want to be in. So thank you, dear Lord, for keeping my children healthy every single day. I know that is the number one thing. If my family wasn't healthy and you gave me millions of dollars, it would mean nothing. Money and health is a beautiful thing. Having them both together. If you were a billionaire, but you were so fat you could barely get up the stairs, you would not be wealthy. You would be poor in health and maybe rich in finances. But and that's the one thing about your finances. They can help you, and maybe you can get some surgery, maybe you could do something, but at one point you have to work out. You have to lift weights. A billionaire the money can't lift weights for you. It might give you a hyperbaric chamber, it might give you better doctors, it might give you some supplements, it might give you some access. But at the end of the day, you just got to do the work. You know what I mean? So let's take a look at the monthly here and keep moving into the 2-week chart. This is still bullish, okay? Swing up to swing up, swing down to swing down here on the 2-week chart. Still looks good to me. I like what we're seeing. And the 2-week chart is still holding. What could end up being even a bullish engulfing candle. That's close to becoming green over the red. It's very close. It's good. And look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 2-week chart having multiple wicks to the upside. Last time we saw that was the bottom. Even just a bit of wicks. And another thing that I want to talk about and break down is the bullish div that I keep bringing up. But there it is right here. The green R's on the stochastics RSI. I called it out here on the RSI itself. The RSI is moving up. And you could double click this stuff and you could kind of readjust. But the RSI is moving up clearly both times here. This is the lowest the RSI has ever been. Like lower than the bear market. Because there was so much money in here to sell off Bitcoin like it did. Took massive amounts in liquidations. Took a lot of money. The world doesn't have endless money to short. The world doesn't have endless money to long. At one point, every rally ends, man. And you can only push it for so long. We've been in this bear market for a good amount of time now. So this is telling me that it's just that time. It's that time. It's that time, folks. Very special time. Very beautiful time. Very loving time. Very caring time. And I think it's time to do something a bit drastic here. Let's see. Let's see here. Yeah. It's time, folks. I'm buying, my heart is racing right now, but, I'm buying Bitcoin. I'm going to max buy Bitcoin right now. I'm buying an entire Bitcoin. It's that time, man. I'm buying 1.31. Whatever I can get my hands on here with, with fees. I'm sweating, bro. But right now, I'm buying 1.31 Bitcoin. And it is what it is. This is my conviction and where we are and how much I believe that this is one of the greatest times to buy a Bitcoin in your life, man. And so here we go. I am shaking. I think I'll just go 131. Maybe that will be just enough. Okay. Oh my gosh. $42. Hold on, let me just refresh here. My heart is racing right now. Like, it may just be the caffeine. I don't know exactly what it is, but I don't know. But I want to max buy, but it's showing me that I just gotta be a little under, right? Oh, let me see here. 1 second. Just give me a second to do what I gotta do, sir. Okay. All right. Market by Bitcoin 130. How's that? 1.3. I want as much as I could get, baby. All right. 433. Did we get it all? We still got 5 left. There we go. That's what we want. A little more. And I'm going all the way, man. I'm going all the way. 72 bucks. I want everything. I want to clear the cache. I don't want anything left. I'll leave $10 or something. $7. All right. We got 1.3193 Bitcoin. Right there. We did it. All right. Sorry. It took me a second, everyone. But you got to give me a moment to do like a life-changing. But this is it. If it goes to 40K, I'll buy another one. And those two will balance each other out at 50,000. It'll be one of the greatest things I ever did in my life. It goes to 30K, I buy another one. And they'll balance each other out at 45,000. I have no stress, folks. We're in a good spot. You know what I mean? And I only need like 30 to 40K to bail myself out the break evens. Very close. So like this is like, I think, one of the greatest decisions I ever made in my life. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. You do whatever makes you happy. But spread this to your family and friends. Let them know, man. When I buy Bitcoin, I did it down here at 82. I did it around here, a lot of it. And I bought that famous one at 19,000. I bought down here before. I was buying it here in front of everybody at 6,000. At 6,000, I was telling you it was going to 20K. There's videos to be showing you guys. My hands are sweating, man. My goodness. Anyway, God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. Appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on in and being amazing. And that's going to be, I'm going to stash that for the rest of my life, man. All right. Hit the like button for crying out loud. This man is absolutely on fire. Let's get the algorithm pumping hard as BTC. God bless you guys. Thank you. And the trade, let's take a look at the trade. Trade is pretty flat. Let's get back into the top-down analysis for Bitcoin. So the 2-week chart looks absolutely amazing. I like what I'm seeing here on the 2-week chart. All right. Looks like we could head back up to, I don't know, $137,000 by maybe September of 2027. It'll take some time. But regardless, I'm looking at the short term here, in the bigger picture. And I like the bull div of the 2-week chart. And that's what made me stop and just do what I had to do. I said, I was like, oh yeah, that's why. We were going over the 2-week. And again, the lowest point I say we go is near the 200 moving average on the 2-week if we get some type of black swan. And to me, that will still channel up as price action goes a little more sideways. And if we do get some type of dip, I don't know, 52K. And I believe the odds are low that could happen. But so anything is possible for Bitcoin. All right. Weekly, right back above the 200 moving average. 5-day chart too as well. And then, you can kind of see this cup and handle right here. Cup with a handle there. Same idea on that 3-day chart. More of a shoulder. It's an inverted head and shoulder on the 3-day, clear as day, right? The 3-day tells you it's a good long right now. You just long the right shoulder and basically go for bingo. You know what I mean? You go to 75K. You got to hold that. That's probably going to take a few weeks. It's not going to be easy. Probably it could take 24 days, 12 to 24, something like that. And before we get the bigger pump to the upside for BTC, we won't know for sure. Let me move this BPM up. There we go. Back to like 20, yeah. Like if it's not 122, I ain't listening to it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to all my haters that would never buy a Bitcoin. We love you. Appreciate y'all. You're like, dang, man. This man's out of his mind. But you do what you have to do when you have to do it. I've made a living of making large Bitcoin purchases at key moments of my life. And I've done it publicly now three, maybe 4 times. So it is what it is. We'll go from there. That's my conviction. That's my belief. And anything, and I could be wrong. We could go to zero. That could be one of the worst decisions I ever made. It's all right. It is what it is. You know, I'll live with it. I'm okay. I'll live with my decisions regardless of what's going on with BTC. But this, you know, this could go lower. And maybe there's a chance that I could have cobbled it up better. We'll see. But I believe these are pretty good prices for BTC right here. All right. Shout out to Guillermo Muck. God bless you, man. Thank you for being here. Shout out to Oobhoob. General Dictator said, I hate everyone. I know. So I won't feel like, you know what I mean? I won't take it personal. And my dad always said, you know, I discriminate equally. Something like that. Funny. The man is dropping gold for free. Smash that like button. Cryptic Rick in the house. Thank you. So beautiful inverted head and shoulder for Bitcoin here. Showing huge signs of movement to the upside. You know, even if we squiggle around there, it just looks good. Get it, set it, pump it, hold it. Just don't miss it, friends. Learn fast and stack faster, my man. One-arm bandit. God bless you, brother. Thank you for being here. Like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, man. My man. God bless you, bro. Thank you for being here. Let's get that live chat cooking. I don't know what top chat is for. Who made that? Seriously. So we talked about grinding. We got that out the way. We talked about working 7 days a week. We got that out the way. People complain, well, I want to do it. Doesn't mean you can't spend time fishing, doing your thing. Dumping coming boys. Don't get, ooh. What is the most time you could open a long for? Sammy, good morning. I don't know what that means. I could be on a long for 5 days, 6 days, 10 days, 20 days, 2 months, 3 months, 5 months. I don't know, however long you feel the need. Sammy, good morning. I won the challenge yesterday. How do I collect? Thanks again. Just email us, man. From that email and say, hey, blah, blah, blah. And just give us a U.S. tether address and we'll send you the $100. Very simple. So 3-day chart looking bullish to me. The daily looking bullish to me too. Like it could get a move back to the upside. It is tweezer topping though. There's a chance it goes shoulder, head, right shoulder here. Like there's a chance this is a complex head and shoulder. Multiple right shoulders here. Like you gotta get a daily back above this high. You break that high, then we can retest and break this high. So you got to get back above like 65.5. It's such a key level. And even though it's psychological, the level, it's just that it's important. You can see how important it is. So the 3 days kind of the chart to watch. Like the daily can almost get you caught up because it's got so little volume and it's back and forth that it can give you some mixed signals. The lesser the volume, the more mixed signals you're going to get. Think about it. Patterns won't be solid and full and low volume. How? They can't reach the top of the spread and the bottom of the spread. They go back and forth. There's a lot of wicking. When there's a lot of people in the market, they fill the gaps between liquidity and they create nice thick patterns. So when you see a pattern that has a lot of wicking, a lot of up and downs, it's because there's low volume. I can look at candles, I can look at price action and tell you if it's safe to trade or not. You can be able to see, basically the order book lives inside the candle body and you can see whether there's a sharp order, a thick book or not. We want to trade good volume with thick books. What else? Why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? You wouldn't want to do anything else. You know what I mean? You could do it all. Trade from your boat, baby. You can. So you're telling me there's a chance? There's always a chance. This man is cooking with rocket fuel and the like button still sleeping. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. 1008 watching. God bless you. I'm not a fan of the project, but the volatility of Home Token is giving a lot of scalping opportunities. Interesting. Home Token, I'll take a look at it. So the daily threatening to close at tweezer top here, which can either give us some sideways price action or possibly round us off to a complex head and shoulder pattern that we have to kind of keep in our minds. So to me, the 3 day is the trade, just kind of ape it and go for it. I'm in the weekly right now. So I'm just playing that weekly with my stop below the weeklies. Believe these two, you know what I mean? I got in this trade around here. So I'm just sitting there waiting. And I'm also in the monthly trade. One on BTCC, one on KKX. Just sitting there doing that. That's it, you know. I don't look at them because I don't want to see, you know, if I look at them, you know, I just let them, they got to either play out or not. That's it. I'll come back to them when, you know, price action figures its way out. So, and then I'm on the weeks is my day-to-day, my swing trades. And if I keep it daily and a scalp. All right. If you like the live streams, you'll love being in the 99. Yes, you will. And then you'll get awesome extra sauce. Also, inside of our Discord, people pay $99 a month. And there's other people that also like to pay an extra $300. What it does is it enters you into the friend zone. No, but seriously, no one wants to be in the friend. No, but the friend zone, FREN, is where you learn about leverage mastery, other parts of trading leverage that can just help your game. Also kind of keep you clapped down to better risk management and answer to somebody 3 times a week. We have nice little mentoring sessions there. Hit the QR code to find out more about leverage mastery inside the Discord. Shout out to all the new people in the Discord. I love to see you guys in there. Appreciate that. And we're going to keep scanning the market and doing what we do every single day and keep you guys up to date. I hope you're loving, if you're new to the channel, I hope you're loving the Bitcoin updates. If you're new to the channel, let me know. Put a 333 if you like the Bitcoin updates in the morning and at night. If they've given you some insight, if they've changed your outlook, if you're new to the group and you're like, wow, man, I never got something like this before. It's really helping. I mean, Evil Canelo, like the man just bought a whole Bitcoin. Some are watching to see him and some are just watching to see if he makes it. Booyah. Now, I mean, they've been doing it for years, though. And I'm in a better place than I was years ago when I bought that Bitcoin in front of everybody. Remember at 19K? Man, we made it through that one. Let's see if we can continue to do so. With God's grace, conviction, belief in ourselves, and positive attitudes. And money isn't everything. As much as I love, you know, I'm an investor. My last name is Price. I was born to make money. But, you know what to say. And again, and I'm not a financial advisor. And like I say, you should be taken as such. This is just entertainment. This is my life, man. And education. This is a story of my life. Every single day I live stream my life. And for 2 hours a day, I'd be watching the market, sitting here doing this. So I brought you into what I do every day. And then we kind of go over the thoughts. And if I can share some insight into my life that'll help you grow, or maybe make you think about what it was like when you were younger like me, if you're older than me, and reconnect. However this show gets you going, or however it resonates with you, I appreciate everyone who's here. Please hit the like button, say thank you. It's the nicest thing you could do. All right. Good morning, Sammy. Good morning, lifers. Shout out to AZ Welding Hub. Thank you again for my Bitcoin sign. Unbelievable. So here we stand. 12-hour and the 22, a bit oversold too, getting into the dotted region on the stochastics RSI. Still got room in the RSI. Not over yet. We could still get a pump here. It's not, we're getting a little bit extended. 8-hour looks good to me. 4 hours starting to do the dude. All we want to see is this 4-hour 21 come up, make some beautiful consolidation, and continue to pump. That's all we're looking for here now. And I honestly, I wouldn't, this long isn't bad here too on the 4-hour time frame. I like a long there too. I could be smart and wait for this candle to close, but that's a pretty good wick. The only thing we gotta, just watch out for, could that be a shoulder? Could we come down and make a right shoulder and then stop me out, right? And so, which is possible. Let's take a look at the 1 hour or the 2 hour. Yeah, 2 hour just bounced nicely off the 200 moving average. Look at that. That closes in 1 hour and 18 minutes. 12 o'clock, obviously, on the dot. That's nice. Look, shoulder, head, right shoulder on the 2 hour time frame. 2 hour looks interesting. 1 hour got a bit of a tweezer bottom here. So my long must be in the money a little bit. That's one of the I just closed 2 trades. That was just one of them. Other one was for about 500. I'm not trying to be a big shot. I'm just telling you the truth. That's all. Nice pump off the 200 moving average on the 15-minute time frame. That's what I was looking for when I aped the long. For that type of bounce. I'm up $80 in this little mini scalp here. And then I really like what I'm seeing here on the 1 hour and the 4 hour. I've always liked this price action. The daily's a little sketchy. I've seen a lot of this stuff before, though. Oh, wow. Nice pump for Bitcoin to 760 out of nowhere. Just got a little monster move there, flattening the shorts. And, the daily long and the 4 hour long that I got, or the scalps, they're still good if you're in them. I couldn't take it anymore. Maybe I should have gotten out, should stayed in, but woulda, shoulda, coulda. I'm grateful for the wins. That's all I'm going to repeat to myself. I got in and got out with money. And I've been doing it all week, so I haven't lost. God bless. It's been a good week for trading. It's been slow, though. Price action has taken a long time to progress. So this would be a trade I'm looking at here. Bella. I don't know what he's saying. Bella. And see, always hiding myself below that 200 moving average there. Creeping nice and low. Wow, nice palm. I don't want to chase right now, but damn, we're about to hit 800. We haven't, back to the upside and my scalp playing out. Now I could just continue to add to the trade. Beautiful. Prediction Clarity Act doesn't pass till February after new Congress takes their seats, but Bitcoin and about 10 alts don't really need the Clarity Act anyway. No, they don't. They don't. And the CFTC said they're going to come down and make some rules if they don't have a Clarity Act. So basically they're saying we're going to have clarity no matter what. We're going to have clarity no matter what. Which is a good thing. Right? It'll just put pressure on the CFTC to get things going. All right, and here we are. Going 267 for a G. Now, I don't know. Are we going to get a move to 67,000? Let's take a look at BOOKMAP. It can provide some data that in that sense. We have a lot of liquidity, specifically up to about 60. What is that? Like 65,650. It's looking interesting. A lot of liquidity right there, suggesting but there is some at 64,000. Let's open it up. And sometimes what you can do, you could drag this down a little bit. Or you can zoom into this liquidity. You can see that we do got some bars here. But it's telling us that we're likely liquidating this bar here. 65,750 first. So this is about a $1,000 move coming for Bitcoin. If we kind of keep our heads clean here. 21 above the 200 inside type of chop, but I just trade the moving averages regardless. Kind of want to make another scalp here. 67. I don't like Thursday trading, I'll be honest. It can be not so fun. 63,706. So every day I do what's called a top-down analysis. I go from the monthly basically all the way down to the 1 minute. If the 1 minute looks good, I could trade the 1 minute pretty well. I've been trading the 1 minute for about 3 years now on this live stream every day. Almost every day. Or we look at it every day. Some days I'd say I trade it 80 to I'd say almost 90% of the time I'm going to trade the 1 minute in front of you, right? But I also open up large trades in the 1 hour and the 4 hour on the daily. Like this is a 1 hour trade. I like, this could make a right shoulder and end. No, I could wait for it to play out. But where the 4 hour is telling me that if we end up getting the move, you're in that lower risk area with this wick, sideways price action in the pump, 21 crossing. Could even get a rip up out of nowhere. I'm just going to go again, another 3, 4 for 9 there. And I'm going to limit it again. I'm going to remove the partial. Flip the take profit up. I got 2 trades now. I'll make 2 racks. We go to 67.8. It's about a $3,000 move. I'll make 60% of it. Remember, if you're trading with me, very simple stuff. A lot of people really don't understand risk. So let's break down risk right now. Really simple for you. To make money on trading Bitcoin, you need to have a position. For me, look, if Bitcoin goes up $3,000, I usually like to make $3,000. I like to match my position size with Bitcoin. I'll round up a little bit, meaning if Bitcoin's 64,788, I will open up a $65,000 position. Look, these two positions, one is 20,000, one is 21, but I only use $600. If I get liquidated on each of these positions, the most I can lose is $1,200. Remember, I'm up $2,000 on the week already in front of you. I took the $1,000 on Monday, live here on the channel. I then just took $1,000, about $900 in front of my group during the recording I gave them. I took the money during the recording. Okay. Now I'm in these two trades. Understand? And if they lose, I only lose. I'm still up $800 in the week. Maybe $650 after fees. Not a big deal. I can still check it off and not have lost that week, which can add to the monthly P&L and help me grow. As long as I don't get in my head and I'm grateful for $650, I can win. You don't say woulda, shoulda, coulda. You don't live in fear. You can't live in fear and in love in the same time. You can't believe that good things are happening to you and also have FOMO, fear of missing out. Fear is a low frequency, non-belief emotion. It's a fake emotion acting real. Fear, F-E-A-R, fake emotion acting real. It's not real, man. Our fears are in our head. We create walls that don't exist. We block ourselves from trading saying we're going to get stopped out because we got stopped out 3 times. We say the next trade, we're going to get stopped out for sure. If you're in that type of mindset and you're really scared to open up your next trade, please go to trading, go to YouTube and type in Trading in the Zone, Mark Douglas. I need you to listen to Mark Douglas's audio tape, his book, Trading in the Zone, and I need you to listen to it in full. It's going to take you about 10 to 11 hours of listening. You could speed it up if you can handle that, and you could get it done in 3 to 4. If you want to speed up the books as you listen to books at high, at speed. All right. Purple is high frequency 100%. My school was Boston Latin School, the Wolfpack. We were purple. Purple for a reason, Latin, right? And you guys said you wanted that purple, that Miami Vice style, so I brought it out today. I appreciate it. Had to wear the Versace shades as we started the day, man. Anyway, so yes, and again, I could easily lose these trades. I'm not telling you I'm a genius. I'm not saying this is amazing. This could not go my way at all. It's Thursday low volume in the summer. We're definitely pushing the realms of what could be. But I'm seeing this for an inverted head and shoulder. And I believe it's going to take its time. This might be 8 hours of chop. It might be Friday morning when this really takes off. It might be 2 in the morning, 11 tonight. We are rejected by the value area high of the local range. Let's see, yeah. Yeah, that's okay. Purple is the color of royalty, kings and queens in the wealthy. Amen. I'm listening to Trading in the Zone right now. I'm on chapter 6. How can you listen to Trading in the Zone and me at the same time? I'm insulted. No. No. God bless you. Hey, whatever makes you happy, man. You do you. I guess you can visually watch me. About right every day to see how that goes, yeah. Purple is, yeah. Good day, Genius One. God bless you, man. How my lifers in the house, man. My peoples, bro. This is the group of groups, the group that will shine and continue to grow no matter what. We build each other up, we talk positively, and we create opportunities for each other. Sam, I never hear you mention the weekend trap. Is it a thing? I mean, there's always low volume on the weekend. So there's always traps in the weekend. But if you just trade the model and do what you're supposed to do, it doesn't really matter, right? As long as you just, like even this, look at this 1 hour time frame. We traded this. We got in when the 21 was above the 200 with our stops below this area here. And we're still, that trade's still in the money too. I've been taking profits all week. We've been getting it. It's just 10 hours of chop recently was just all right. Not literally, but what it meant to say is that I just purchased it the other day and I listened to it in sessions throughout the day, preferably after I listen to you. I'll let you, nah, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be, God bless you, man. Nah, he came back with a rebuttal, man. Shout out to T3 the Future. We love you. Appreciate you so much, man. And hey, when you could tell people you're listening to Trading in the Zone in segments, you'll inspire other people to do the same. It's very important that people are, are doing their thing, listening to Trading in the Zone. I think it will change the way you trade. I'm not the only one with good information. I know where to find good information. So this might right shoulder us and just completely dump us in the face too with a lower, you know what I mean? I'm cautious here today. That's why I'm not over trading. Equal low reversal with oversold Stoke. I'll take a look at it. Thank you. Yeah, it's about time too because it hasn't moved in a long time. It's been quite dormant for a while now. ONDO, I'm talking about, you know what I mean? Hasn't been the best trade. That coin is boring. Okay, and I held it for a long time. That's why I know it was tough. It was tough to hold. So Bitcoin, we're looking to see if we can kind of do something like this and get a shoulder there. We're going to project into the future, and then we're going to come back to the future after we do it, if it's possible. They have perfected time traveling. Eventually they do it. At about 2046, it becomes available. I started doing it. I got lost between spaces. And now I'm stuck doing Bitcoin TA. I really feel bad for the people in the other time in which I've left. They don't know where I am. So I've done a lot of sacrifice to be here for each and every one of you. I hope you really appreciate it. All right. So shoulder, head, right shoulder. Can we get this move further back up? And can we bounce off this key level here to the upside? Can we hold the stop loss below the 200 moving average and actually make this, And so I'm boldly trading this, which I probably shouldn't on a low volume Thursday. The risk is very high. And I suggest you, I'm trading easy. I think if I lose, I'm still up on the week. So I've done my math and I'm in good risk management. I'm going to get to what if in a second, something I really want to show you about what if that I think will blow your mind. Very interesting idea here about what if. Okay. And now I'm going to jump into ONDO, Crypto Rick. God bless you, ONDO. Thank you. Let's take a look at ONDO. ONDO, not ONODE. ONDO. I should make a node. ONODE. So last time we put out ONDO was along at 33. It went all the way up to 42. It made a nice little move. Didn't plan out of that little scalp there, obviously, up there. That scalp did not play out. I want to make that clear. And then look, kind of an inverted head and shoulder possibly. Look, shoulder, head, right shoulder with a bounce to the upside, beginning to possibly form. And he said he was specifically honing in on that 4-hour higher low. I mean, it's forming that double bottom on the 200 moving average, right? That's usually a pretty good sign for some type of bounce. Not a beautiful structure, to be honest, like kind of a non-engaging falling wedge. It's not the best. Could even still see kind of shoulder, head, right shoulder. Could almost see a descending triangle come out of this where it wiggles its way like down into here and then dumps in our face. Shoulder, head, makes a right shoulder, and then comes down and like maybe revisits 33 again. I don't know, something about ONDO, like I think they're having an unlock too. I could be wrong. But that's the bears case, okay? The bullish case is what you're saying. Like we get a green candle next to this red one here at what, 4 o'clock this afternoon? Right, because that would be, yeah, exactly. Yeah, because we're going to close at 12 and then we're going to wait for 4. I like trading with the 4 hour. You just got to check the price action at 12, then you got to check it at 4. Around 2:33, 2 or 3, you check it and you could front run the close if you want and be really risky. And then you come back at like 6 to 7 and not even look at the 4 hour close and just check if you want. It's kind of fun to front run the 4 hour at like 3. And then you just come back at 10 o'clock at night and you're up massively and you're like, oh yeah. And you just like go click sell and then like you up 2-3 grand and go to bed. You know how many days I've done minimal trading? I woke up at 7. I looked at the charts. Even with the trading group, it's like Saturday or Sunday and we're really low volume. I wake up in the morning. We do our update. I see a little couple of things. I touch 2 buttons. I go to the beach with my family. I never look at Bitcoin. We go out to lunch. I get in the jacuzzi at night. We hang out, get the kids ready and all that. And then it's like 7:45. I get the show ready. I pop Bitcoin back on. I'm up big. Or I sell at like 6 and then we start the show and I'm like, oh, today we got in and got out and it was a beautiful day. Made more money than I ever made than I used to make at work, but I was at the beach most of the day. I've done that in Florida so many times now, but it took years, friends. Like now I'm living the life of someone who's I've been trading 20 years. So now there's days I make 2-3 grand in a day And it just came from years of practice, what I'm looking at. All I have to do is focus in the morning, a little focus at night. I don't have to stare at the charts all day to nail it. You know, this becomes a skill. And you become better and better at nailing it. And what I do is I focus on my trading group a lot. Like, I look at the charts more for the group now more than anything else. I got my stuff handled. I'm working hard for the Discord and everybody else that's grinding and looking for scalps of different things, you know, so... Nice little bounce here on the 1 hour time frame. I gotta give it to it. I like the way this is panning out. Watch out, honey. I don't want you live. What's up, honey? Yeah. Yeah. Yes, honey. Okay. I'm live streaming, honey. I love you so much. I love you. I love you. Thank you. Okay, so it's hard to say no to your kids, right? Like, is anything more important than them? No. You know, I feel kind of weird when I'm like, I got a live stream, but like, I do have to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I tell my kids because they see me all day, so they get, and I tell them like a lot of dads are truck drivers and mechanics. You know what I mean? They're in the mechanic shop with their hands dirty, or they're, you know what I mean? They run power washing businesses. They run construction companies. They got to be on call. They're foremans. They're managers to large construction sites. They're architects. Like, these kids are lucky their dad gets to sit and play with the charts all day at home, man. They really are spoiled, and they get a lot of my attention. A lot of people are like, dude, you work 7 days a week. You're never with your kid. I'm with my kids more. I'd say more than 95% of human beings on Earth. I'm with my kids all the time. I'm strapped and with my kids all the, you know what I mean? It's like when we go out, like, they're very heavily protected, man. You know, I'm with my kids all the time. I don't like them really going anywhere without me, right? So this is bull div on ONDO, and does look like we could get a bit of a bounce here, you know, back to the upside. Bitcoin also got a little bit of a bounce back above 750, right? So we'll see. So far, so good. This candle closes right now at 1 hour, and that's a strong candle. It's a bullish engulfing candle that just came in. I mean, it's a huge candle in the 1 hour. Shows a lot of buy pressure coming back into Bitcoin. Just like I did. You know, I looked at it. It looked a little weak at the support of resistance level. Once we saw strength there, I got back in. Bang, we got the bounce, right? I'm up, what, 121 in one trade, down 5 in another. We'll see where this one goes. One's a little later than the other, right? So you can see my idea behind Bitcoin. ONDO is in somewhat of like a double bottom structure here. And it looks to me like it's going to form an inverted head and shoulder on the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, I would look for it to come back to that 200 moving average at 38.5 in the next intraday trading sessions here. All right. Sam Time Travels and bought a whole Bitcoin. What's that tell you? You I had to come back. Dude, I came back to grab it. And you guys are seeing it. And like, just don't get me. I don't know, man. I don't think I'm going to get it. I think they're going to let it slide, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. Well, because they're always going to see the timestamp of the Bitcoin that I bought, right? So when I go back into the future, it's still timestamped. They're going to know that I bought Bitcoin, you see, in the past. Even then, they're going to say, but how? Right? Whatever, man. Like, it's confusing. I know it'll all be explained years from now, and you'll understand more. Right now, we can't reveal everything about the time-space continuum that we live in. That's why some people think it's flat, some people think it's round. It's a collection of, it's more of it's a toroidal plane created through your own reality. You're part of the actual projection. It's deeper than you think, all right? Anyway, we'll get into it another time. Today is not the time for this, but just know that I love you, man. All right. Thank you for everything you do for us, boss man. God bless you, brother. Thank you. TA on Soul, 4 hour, please. Lower lows incoming. Thanks. Giza, yo old Giza. Shout out to my man, Jesse. God bless you. Love seeing you in the chat, man. It brings back fond memories of beginnings and making it happen. So, Bitcoin, baby. We should be green on both accounts there. Let's see what happens, though. No time for rejoicing in these slow time frame price action areas. Anything is possible. Let's take a look at Sol on the 4 hour time frame. And is it the Robinhood chain and if token and all that? Is that giving a little bit of trouble to Sol? Or is it right on track? I'm looking at Sol right on track here on the daily. Looking like higher lows being set in as long as Bitcoin holds and gets the pump here, folks. Sol will eventually get the move and follow through. If Bitcoin collapses, we get some type of strange price action, a black swan movement, you know. You could say, isn't this a descending triangle? You could say a bit of dip, but it's attempting a higher low. You say 4 hour. See how it's kind of shoulder, head. I know it doesn't look amazing. You kind of see like shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder there. You kind of see like a tiny little cup in it. It's ugly though. We're fighting really, really hard here. Let's take a look at the 1 hour, the 2 hour even. Below the 200. And the 1 hour is like battling that 200 moving average. Really kind of similar thing to Bitcoin here. You're inside of this channel. If anything, I see sideways price action as we wait to see what happens to Bitcoin. Right. I finally didn't press that little circle. The 1 hour suggests the bounce, though, back to the top of the channel. So if in intraday trading, it suggests that Sol's going to head up back to 74.86, but tight. You know what I mean? Sam, pull up Zcash to the 4. Yeah, Zcash looks pretty good. That's the one thing that I've been, and I have a long-term call on that too, that I believe is of the money. I haven't looked at it in a couple days. Yeah, DCA into Zcash there looks good to me. I guess I erased the stop loss, but the entry is here. The stop loss would be like somewhere near this wick, maybe even below that wick there at 321. And it says the $1,200 Zcash is a coming. You have to remember, it sanctions all this different stuff, and Iran someone will get a hold of it again, and then they'll use Zcash. And you have this kind of like Scott-like cup and handle vibe. You could say it's more like a handle like that. And the handles don't have to be like the falling wedge handles. They can be tighter, symmetrical triangles, as long as it's got some type of handle. The 21 above the 200 suggesting the daily can get a move. And again, you got to be patient. If you decide to get in this trade, you're either swing trading it with leverage on the 4 to 1 hour, and you're looking to just get out at the top of this level at 639, which would be a really nice move from 500, 496. But you got to be open-minded that something happens, black swan, we dump, and they go after all the liquidity down here because it's low volume in the week on the summer. Like, you got to know you're taking a higher risk every time you trade the summer. I want people to understand that. Like, we're not in the most normal trading time. We get back to October. We get back to, we end September. We get back to October, November, December, and that's going to be like, that's the cream of the crop of trading. That's the most volatility, the nicest moves, things really it can be some of the greatest times of your life. You'll remember, if you trade enough, those times will be when you make some of the most money. The odds are just too high in that sector, in that area, right? Can you please check SWE? We will. Shout out to Hindi Yar, 88, or Hilden Yar. Shout out to Hilden Yar, 88. God bless you, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, Hilden Yar. Or is it Hilden Yar? Or Hilden Yar? Or hi. No, Hilden Yar. Yeah, Hilden Yar. 88. God bless you, brother. Thank you. Monero, and that means you are 38 years old. Monero has always been the more ideal privacy coin in my personal opinion. Me too. I agree. Shout out to Dirty Skirts. God bless you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Shout out to everybody here on the live. We have about almost 1,000 people here. Keep hitting that like button. We can get back to 2,000 like we used to. Let's rip it, baby. Let's go, man. This ain't your average YouTube channel. This is the show that never stopped in 5 years. This does something that no other channel's ever done. Come on now. Let's show the world in the algorithm that this is the show that has not stopped in 5 years. Come on, we deserve extremes amount of likes for never stopping. Let's get it going. Shout out to my team. Shout out to everybody, man. Hit the likes for Sean, my assistant that never takes a day off. Hit the likes for Lakochi that is always there working hard. Hit the likes for all my admins. Hit the likes for Zeno that helps prepare and get things going. Hit the likes for my wife that makes sure the show runs on time and always keeps me updated. Hit the likes for my whole team. Forget about me, man. There's tirelessly people. Hit the likes for Reliable J, who always shows up tirelessly for the channel. Hit the likes for the Dirty Skirts, who is constantly supporting me. Hit the likes for each other. Hit the likes for everybody here, man. Hit the likes because you guys deserve to hit the likes for each other. Create a community strong and worth it. You never know, man, what will happen to this community. Maybe it can grow past my lifetime and turn into something bigger than we'd ever thought. Like, let's make this something huge. Let it live on and on and on. To do that, we must hit the like, but we must grow with what we have now. Let's plant the seeds in the soil that we have, and that's likes. We can plant likes right now. We don't have much more things that we could do actively through the algo. So if you want to help me, you could do that right away. That's the first thing you could do to be part of the process, change your frequency, and start pushing it forward. Just like give it a tip at the restaurant, but to give a tip at the restaurant, you have to like sign your pen, you have to think about the money. Here, you just tap the button. So simple, man. Yeah, it is a lifestyle, not just a channel. Sam is the favorite YouTuber of your favorite YouTuber, 100%, man. I'm your favorite analyst. I'm your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber, bro. All your YouTuber friends watch the lifer, bro. On the low. They're looking to see what the lifer's saying. They're looking to see what he's doing. They're looking to see if he's long or short. They know the guy's been accurate for years. Why would you not listen to the guy that has it? Let's go. Anyway, forget about me. Any person that did what I did would make it. I just found the equation to success, grabbed onto it like a man grabbing the edge of a helicopter and never let go, baby. Don't forget. That's why when people get jealous of me, mad at me, of whatever happened to me, a little bit of fame, a little bit of fortune, tiny bit of fame and fortune, it's because number one, they don't believe it's possible for them. They believe I did something weird or schemy to do it. And then you just say, but I love when everyone confronts me with that. And I'm like, but I never took a day off in 5 years, man. I was like, doesn't that equation mean something to you? And they're always like, no, you suck, bro. I found that the quantum safe so far, QRL is the strongest current example of one that is quantum safe. Interesting. QRL, okay. Crypto Preacher would have suited you too. Hey. Nice pump here for Bitcoin. You see? And we're back kind of in the green here, positioning ourselves for the money. And, we're probably going to get rejected here and come all the way back down to 64.4. If not, though, let's it would be great if we actually send. The only way we would send if somehow this was the flag here and they just they disrespected it up, disrespected it down, and now the overall idea still plays out. But it's a little much. It's kind of a push. Yeah, it's a little much. It's a little far much of a stretch. The Crypto Father, yeah, this guy's helped a lot of folks through a lot of difficult situations. If you're hating, maybe you should watch more. My man, LV Prank, God bless you. To the moon, said we probably have no haters here. I think it's all love, man. I think the haters are gone. Like, we've kind of rinsed through those people. We only have high frequency, beautiful individuals now here on the stream. I mean, I firmly believe that. I'm sorry to even mention anything but love and high frequency. I'm going to keep the focus where the focus is due, baby. 65,750 for Bitcoin. And I think there's just that love. And I'm back in Florida, man. Today is beautiful. It doesn't look like it's going to rain all day today for the first time in a while. It's kind of nice. It's a good thing. Only 5 to 9 it might rain, but we have at least the afternoon today at 8, and it's only 87 degrees. Not bad today, man. Not bad. It could be 90 throughout the rest of the week. And sunny. So we have a beautiful, beautiful August ahead of us here in sunny Florida. Yeah. I'm a hater of the haters. That's so funny. They left dry and dusty, baby. Amen. If you're hating easy, just join in, watch, and stay full of. You won't be hating after. Exactly. Stay for a phone. I love that. It's humid, Sam, but I don't. Yeah, I said yesterday too. Yeah. We got the week. We got the after. Yeah, it rained a little in the afternoon. We got a little bit of time away. Fanny, my foot feels funny once in a while. No matter what I do, some days it's in pain, folks. I got a piece of iron drilled into it. I guess that's never gonna feel perfect. Right now it's in some sharp pain. I tell you why. I don't know why, but anyway, I'm no complaining, no need. Okay, so remember I told you I was going to talk about what if. Look, it's almost back to $10 million market cap. This thing has doubled quickly. And my man was going for a 3x on Twitter. He was going in for 4 to 12, and he's almost there. He's already doubled up his money. One guy bought the bottom there. I'm showing you 786, good place to kind of collect. So what I want to show you is look at the daily here. As time progresses, we go bigger, but this is exactly where we were here. We're just right here right now. Everyone said it was over. We had pumped all the way up to a penny, and then we dumped all the way back down to 2 cents. 0.002 actually. Not 2 cents, sorry, 0.002, 2/10 of it. To a hundredth of a cent, right? Now 2/10 of a cent, yeah. So, and then boom, but we got way back up over time. We consolidated. We made our way, and we were on our merry way. And the same thing will happen here over time. This will bounce back up. If Bitcoin can hold, if Bitcoin does something crazy, it'll ruin every chain. I don't care. I'm telling you right now. Don't think. But, this comes back up. Then it's going to dip. Then consolidate, hopefully here. And then boom. And then that kind of starts its power. And it says that run starts maybe as early as August 14th or 15th. I mean, is 20 cents coded? That means we'd be in for about a 20x from here. $10,000 investment could turn into 200 grand. Oh, no. Yeah. Probably a little under a 20x, but if it goes to 22 cents, 10 grand in here, 22 divided by 0.016. No, sorry. 0.22 divided by 0.0162. Sorry, I made one mistake again. 0.22 divided by 0.01062. 20x times a $10,000 investment with some fees maybe here and there. But I mean, that's just, I own this coin. So, and again, you don't have to touch it. I'm not trying to push anyone to buy this just because I bought it. I really don't care. You do whatever makes you happy. It is very high risk, and I am not a financial advisor, and nothing I say and do should be taken as such. And I didn't get tokens for free from the project. No one told me to talk about it. I found it myself. I speculated myself. If I lose, I lose. I put what I'm willing to lose in there, and that's it. I'm not really, it's not, and again, I expect a resistance here. I expect to move back down. That's the right shoulder. That last right shoulder the left shoulder took down near 12 hours. We might go on another 9 to 12 hour sideways run here now, folks. If we're lucky and we get the pump. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to oversubscribe to the motion. Just kind of get ready and project. That's all. Don't tell yourself when it's going to happen. That'll get you antsy, and then you'll trade emotionally. Just have so much patience and calmness that it's all good. Cardano, a little bit of a run back to 20 cents. We did see it had a little bit of love in it. We're going to look at Cardano. God bless you. Kramer says, buy Amazon. Short the heck out of that puppy, man. Funny. ENA back up 14%. Stellar Lumen, someone was talking about. Let me take a look at Lighter. Let me take a look at Cardano and ENA. I like those three right now. It looks like it's going to pump finally out a cup and handle, right? I mean, look at that. That looks a little too ready to go, no? It looks like it's basically breaking out. It has the divergence on the indicator too, which is very rare. It looks like it's going to do some damage. I normally don't do this, but I may. Let me take a look here. Funny, and I always say, right, the altcoin game here. Okay, they don't. All right, they might have it on another one. It's spot, but it does look bullish to me. Stop losses would be below this high resistance. That's a support and resistance flip there, right at 193. And the target would be going, I mean, you obviously have some resistance at the first two areas, but then you'd be going for what, back to about $4. Remember, this is a good exchange. They finally burned some token. It took a while to get that burn in. They burned it. People anticipated. I think they front-run it. Too many people that they're going to make enough. The people that front-run it sold on them. Now it's balanced out where the players have sold off. The people that have gotten liquidated. and you have the token unlock, and you have the token burn. It's a beautiful cup and handle. I'm semi cup and handy. I mean, that looks beautiful. Low volume summer, they could still dump it back to the two. Anything is possible, but man, that's starting to look pretty nice to me. And these are the trades that we put out, like clear and concise trades. Sometimes they look almost too simple to play out. But if you stick with my trading group and my trading program, this stuff is going to start to make a lot of sense to you. And you're going to learn things about the POC, the point of control, being above that high volume node, the gap that we're in here, and how it can gap up pretty fast to the volume area highs. The only thing that you might need that I could never give you is patience. Or that you could desire to have more of is patience. The patience will help you execute on a higher level on your trades. All right. Nice job, brother. Pampit. My man took profits at 64,933. That was a good place to scalp. And he was in at 64.2. That's a beautiful trade, man. I like it. Solit looks interesting. And that's the daily. And that's a cup and handle, right? So what I do is I just love doing this, and I could use an AI scanner and scan the market, which, there's some things that you could definitely use to adjust. But for the most part, man, just looking at this and having having a human connection to the charts is what people really want. Soon it will be you and a screen and nothing else. And as fun as that is, and it sounds amazing, there's also no connection there, man. And so I want to be the last man standing here when AI takes over. There's still going to be a human essence here. Feel like, but why? When AI is better, AI is not better. AI doesn't know you. AI doesn't breathe like you. It doesn't wake up like you. Its dad doesn't die like mine did. His mom doesn't die on Thanksgiving. There's no deep connection to AI like there is to me. You know what I mean? It'll never replace a beautiful show like this. It won't, man. Look at it. Sui broke down twice, and it doesn't seem to have a use case. No one talks about the memes. It was next up behind Solana, and then Robinhood came out. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a cascade and liquidation of Sui back down to 30 cents. Either that, or this is the absolute bottom. You know what I mean? But I'm not a fan, man. I got rid of this coin. I gave up on it a long time ago, and I'm really happy I did. I exchanged it for something a bit, a bit more fun, right? I exchanged it for something just a bit more fun. Just a bit, just a tad. Anyway, so yeah, I'm done, and it looks like it may go lower here, man. I'm not a fan. And honestly, with Robinhood chain pumping, I think people are selling their SWI and their SEI to get into Robinhood memes. I think that's because this is the speculative underground world of DeFi chain. And so only people that are really hard in SWI and say were people like me that really studied Solana pump fund and were looking for those next chains that were going to be hot. They've been around a long time and they didn't get the spot. Robinhood just came in and swept them. And that's the reason why they're both dumping. You could say, but they're great chains, they're docs, and they're amazing. Dude, I am so happy I got out of these coins. Look at this. Look at Say. Wow. So we had the August 5th dump. Where was this? The August 10th, July, right here, right? Yeah, we had the August 10th debacle. Then this thing bounced back somewhere to 19 cents. And that's when I said I'm done. I'm done. And I started accumulating it here. We had to pump up the third, and I was like, this is a good coin. I like the chain. We got above this moving average. And I started looking like, I think, it could, and then we lost it. Yes. And we came up a little bit. It was like November 1st to 3rd. And I said, I'm done, man. I'm done. And look, I would have lost massive. I still had a big chunk of money in there. I would have lost. And I had to sell at a massive loss. It wasn't fun, but hey, it is what it is, man. Sometimes you take losses. That's trading, so you can recover capital and get back to brass tacks. I expected this to close green and then come back down. I didn't expect it to tweezer top so fast on me here. And it is low. It's just a low volume. It tells me maybe I could just wait this out. Take my profits on a partial here. Huh. I like the little bounce, but it looks like it just might come drop right back to that 200. You see? Huh. And then, if anything, it looks like it's going to go sideways. Like, I can get back in at about the same 64,750 with my stop below the trend line, and the 200 will have crept up by then. So, like, the 200 should move up. We should make a right shoulder. I should be able to get back in the trade right here if I just keep kind of closely watching price action. And then I won't have to take an L for no reason. Yeah, I'm just defending myself in low volume weekend summer trading just because it's not amazing. And I got to be completely honest with myself. Problem is, I sometimes do get confused when I have two trades open at the same time. But this one has to be this one because it's in the plus. Yeah, that one would be negative. So actually, I'm fine. Yeah. That one would be there at 209. Yeah. And that's the bigger one that would take me way up. Well, they're both trying to get me up there, but okay. I'm cool. I like where we're at. I'm still in position. I just wanted to cover myself in case something happened. I said that why lose the bottom of the channel for no reason. You know what I mean? I put it like right, what, $25, I guess. Just hide out. I'm about not losing money. That's the first step of becoming a multimillionaire. You become good at not losing money. People that can't, if you lose money all the time, you're never going to become a multimillionaire. It's just not going to happen. Like, you got to take those steps. So defending the purse becomes how the purse grows. That's the first step of becoming very rich. Is like knowing when not to push it, man. People that just keep pushing it, maybe they get rich one time. Maybe it happens here or there, but for the most part, man, no. Like, they suffer and suffer and suffer. All right, I want to look at ENA. Shout out to Mario, man. I love you, brother. One of my brothers here in Sarasota. I look forward to hanging out. We got to go to lunch, man, if we can one day. I know you're busy a lot, but if we may, I would love to make some time to hang out. Just kind of heal and talk life, brother. I know sometimes it's all we need, man. When we're going through something, we just need one person to care about us for a couple hours and spend some time and focus on us, man. And I'd like to do that, bro. I miss you, bro. So if you're out there listening, and it doesn't mean you're soft, it doesn't mean you can't handle it. It does no, it doesn't nothing to do about that. You're a boss of bosses. Like, you're a man that could do things all. But I know you've been by yourself through it all. It's just great to have people care about you, man. It feels good. I think God puts people in your life to give you that vibration, and that vibration is energy. That energy, capitulates. It vibrates. ENA looks interesting. I like it on the 4-hour time frame. And this thing tends to do its own thing regardless of the market. It really, and you can put the stop below the 200 or right near it, pretty close to it with a 298. That's pretty cool what we got cooking right there. Curve up on price action. MACD looks interesting. 4-hour looks good. Let me just take a look at the daily. Yeah, daily still has legs. It's a little far from the 21. 1 hour says it could do it. It's in such a nice consolidation. If anything pumps in the next couple days or 12 to 10 hours, it looks like ENA has a good shot of it. And it actually already got a pretty big move up from 8 cents back to 9 cents. And we've been trading ENA on and off for the last 2 months now, maybe even 4. And even before that, we were trading it. It wasn't the first time we heard of it, Athena. It's gaming. It's funny. Alluvium is making a little bit of a move too. If you ran an AI bot, it would tell you this is a good setup. I'm just, you know what I mean? I am the AI bot for you. Like, I've been doing what the AI bots were, this channel has been an AI bot for years now. We never took our eye off the target. Never once, man. I'm not saying we got every single coin impossible, but we've gotten a lot of awesome ones. And we've kept our eyes out there, and we've paid attention. And follow me on X. We're getting a little bit of movement here on X. I don't know, like, we got rid of that other guy, Nikita Bear, I think he was pretty whack, right? And ever since he left, man, look, I've been growing like almost 100 followers a day. Like, I used to get 100 followers a day at 19,000 subs. 100 a day. And I'd get to 21, 22. We were ripping. Like, it would take a couple days to get 1,000 subs. And somewhere around, like, 39, 38, it started to crawl. But now we're seeing some movement again. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. At 42,300, continue to grow to that 50,000 mark. We're aiming for it every single day. And every single piece of social media is very hard work. Twitter's extremely hard work. You have to put in a lot of, maybe if it's only 2 to 3 hours a day or conceptualization or what you're thinking about, but you got to put in work. You got to put in work to be on X. You got to put in work to be on YouTube. You got to put in work to be on Instagram. Like, you want to be on social media every day and you want to compete with the Clippers and the people out here, man, this is insane. I'm competing with some of the biggest names to get a little piece of the pie. And I'm telling you right now, wow, I have to work my butt off every single day, nonstop, 7 days a week. It doesn't end. You have to live it, breathe it, and be so in tune with it. It's all you think about, man. And you got to take walks in the park. You got to meditate and plot, and just got to clear your mind at times. Like when I'm in the jacuzzi, I'm in the jacuzzi. No trades, no worries, no thoughts, no money, no finance. Just me in the jacuzzi. That's it. Right? It's really important when you decide to meditate, you really take that time to meditate. When you decide to work, you take that time to do focused work. And an hour of focused work, you shouldn't be wasting time playing games. You should get an immense amount of work out of that hour. And when you relax, you should get an immense amount of relaxation. Jim Rohn taught me this. He said, you can play, Sam. He said, you can work hard, you can play hard. He said, you better schedule play. And you better play when you play. Like, you better really enjoy your play. When I'm at the beach with my kids, throwing the football, throwing the frisbee, I'm at the beach with my kids with my feet in the sand, and that's what I worked hard for. To know that everything's paid for, to know that everything's in a good spot, and that me and my kids are happy at that beach throwing that football, man. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, success is having a clear mind. That's part of success. When I was working a night shift, I didn't know where I was going. I knew I was never going to make enough money to afford a nice home for my kids. I didn't know how they were going to get, they were going to have to go to public school. Oh, God forbid. Public school, man. Jeez. You know what I mean? It was scary times, Someone's like, hey, my kids, I know, I'm making a joke over here. Some public schools aren't too bad. Some are horrible, though, and we know that, especially with what else the thing. Anyway. Nice little pump back for Bitcoin holding its own there. Let's take a look at Cardano.
Give me a pack of Cardanas, honey, huh? The long, thin ones, next to the Virginia Slims.
So, look, we got the pump there. Wow, Cardano, dude. Almost like I was going to make a right shoulder, and no. We're looking at Cardano out there at 16 cents. Saying that can get all the way to 22 cents, and it looks like it's on the way. Cardano. I still hold Cardano long term. I stake it. And I have it sitting there quietly collecting, just doing its thing. And yeah, Cardano, man. I've been in Cardano for a long time, since 2 cents. When I first bought Cardano and talked about it on my channel years and years and years and years ago. Crypto Love put me on. I used to watch Crypto Love. He showed me Matic when it was, before it did 100x. And a lot of 100x's sometimes took 2 years to 18 months. It took some time. Let's kind of rebuild what I see happening here, because that's a pretty big move for ADA, but it also looks kind of like a liquidation, right? So Cardano has the green R on the weekly, which has notoriously been the bottom for many a project, many a coin, many an asset outside of cryptocurrency. Anything that has anything to do with anything. If it's near the if it gets a green R, a bullish div on the weekly, and you can see Cardano has a bullish div on the weekly. Last time it did anything like this, meaning flat or, not as down angled as the RSI, and that suggests a bounce in some bullish engulfing candle there on the weekly. Once that closed, a long could have been had there with a long below the that area. And what you're looking for maybe is, possibly is this here too. These things are going to take time, and it says October 5th and September. That's when these things start to change. They're going to continue to print money to zero, folks. It's not going to stop. This looks bullish on the weekly for me. And again, Bitcoin has to come through. If Bitcoin fails and flops around and does flopping and groping, that's not going to be good for Cardano. You're going to need Cardano to come through strong here. I see this as kind of what happened. We had a nice trend line. We dropped below it. We got back inside. This thing is going to pump to the daily 200. At that point, it's going to get exhausted. So I see a continuation here to the upside, which means now you have to find a flag, and I would use the 15-minute to enter a trade when the daily looks that bullish. You already missed this first one here, and you can't chase now, so you'd have to wait this out. You'd have to wait for the 15 to reconnect, kiss, so to speak, make out with the 21-day moving average. Sorry, this is a PG-13 rated channel. But you know what I mean? We're looking for the 21-day moving average to come back to price action. Look, if you're a NASDAQ trader, say you do Forex in NASDAQ and you like the same stuff. Look, and today you wanted to trade the 15. You would have waited for the 15 to get above the 200, wait for the price action to touch the 21, and look at that parabolic run on the NASDAQ. Look at the daily on the NASDAQ. It looks like it's going to continue to the upside now. Now we consolidate. Look at this shoulder, head. We'll make probably a little shoulder here. NASDAQ will continue up, then come down, consolidate, and then a big move comes for the NASDAQ up to a massive all-time high here. Just keeps building higher floors with more liquidity coming in as the dollar gets decimated. I mean, you can't keep printing. Look at this. Look at that. S&P went an all-time high. The dollar lost the trend line, folks. The DXY, and this is exactly what we need. We need this to kind of, this is a bear flag. Now it's going to bearishly retest and drop. Once this drops below the 200 moving average and bear flag some more, it's going to present a massive move in the stock market, friends and family. You can't keep printing money to zero, and it doesn't affect the cost of goods and services. I'm building a new computer. You think the cost of things went down. They were not too long ago, but RAM now, because of RAM, I put 128 gigs of RAM in my computer I built in 2022. It was 2022 September when I built this computer. Exactly around coming up on 4 years ago. Okay. Now I have an appointment today to talk about it with someone that I'm really excited about. Anyway, yeah, exactly. Setting close to, yeah. Anyway, so anyway, my whole point is, you know, you're continuing to print this money to zero over time. RAM is up huge. And some people say, yes, that's due to AI and data centers. It is. And the need for it. They're buying up RAM. The biggest businesses now are buying up RAM. To be a gamer costs you tons of money now. I'm sitting with 64 gigs. I used to be obsessed. I had to have 128. I almost wanted to go to the 96. You get two. I didn't even know I didn't realize you could do 96 until this year. You know, AI does say, you know, I ask AI and Grok, and it says 64 gigabytes is going to be plenty RAM for BOOKMAP, multiple windows, trading view, and running exchange software. Like, it says you're going to be great. Have no fear at all. You're going to be doing wonders. I got the Ryzen 9 XD, you know what I mean, 950X, right? So, and I'm going to be comparing that with an Asus. I really like the ROG boards. They're kind of what I'm looking at. They're what I like the most. I like the Lian Li 1111 DXL. I like that really big white tower. It's fat, it's large, but it provides a lot of space for air and cool. And you just got a lot of, you can keep things really neat because it's got a lot of space, right? If you want to build the same computer as me, I gave the entire build inside the Discord. And I build the best, man. I build the best. I really do. I'm sure you could build better. You could go way harder, but I'm not building like an AI data center here. I did the Asus ROG Crosshair X8070E Hero AMD X8070E AM5 ATX motherboard. Beautifully, this goes beautifully with the AMD Ryzen 9. Like they X3D. They go together so well. I actually exchanged this for the X. Look, promo code minus the $130, right? But I did eventually get the get the X instead of the X3D. I actually might have to double check that, but I'm pretty sure. Why am I telling you this? I don't know. I'm building a new computer. I have a hard workload. I care about what I do. I push myself to the limit. Maybe you want to know what kind of hardware I'm working on, and maybe you want to mimic it, build it better, or just learn. Maybe you know way more than me, and then you want to undervolt, right? Undervolt means you want to kind of undervolt your CPU and your GPU. And thank you, Jamie, for teaching me about undervolting today, and it makes perfect sense. They overclock all your GPUs to go at a high rate, but they might go higher than they need for the task at hand. So what you do is you add this undervolt software, you add some software, you undervolt, and you can test. And then you kind of put it through these stress tests. There's some stress test softwares, and you can see where you're going and how high you need to be. And then you go to the highest, and you realize, like, I'm just giving you an example. The numbers are going to be way different, but let's just say it's an 8. But the computer keeps going to 10. It doesn't need 10, it needs 8. So what you do is you undervolt, and you find out the tasks, and you push it. And if you know someone that does it right, and they do it correctly, what's going to happen is you're going to have lower heat and lower noise in your computer for the task that you need, because you're not going to be overclocking when you don't need to. It's called undervolting. Who here knows about undervolting and knows exactly what I'm talking about? Who here has never heard about all undervolting in their entire life? Can't spell Crypto Lifer without if. My comrades from another mother. Shout out to Timberman. Thank you. Pull up OKB on the 4 hour. Yeah, no, that looks good too. We looked at that yesterday. And DMTR. Oh, remember that, dude? Remember DMTR on that huge run we went on it? Greetings, comrade. Have you seen my ass? If me most love for the true Korea. God bless you, man. No, I see it. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you. Are you really from... The important items remaining. One hit on a short with liquidation near 64.99. No worries. That's not stressful at all. Okay, OKB. We went over if in depth today, and I'm showing you how, like, if is really probably at this local stage. It's gonna, and for if to go up huge, look, eventually this is gonna look like a tiny part of the chart. It's gonna be, and then you're not even gonna remember this area at 70 cents. When it hits $1, people are gonna be like, wow. Remember when it was a penny? I mean, what if it's a new chain on Robinhood and we've seen what happens? We all know we gotta speculate. It could turn to nothing, but we gotta take a shot, right? Because 1.1 of the shots we take could be one of the biggest paydays of our life, right? For me, I don't know. For you, you do whatever makes you happy. Maybe you take no shots. I'm not an advisor. I don't tell you what to do. You take whatever, you sit there and just observe and have fun and educate yourself. I have no idea what you're going to do, right? I feel like as a trader in my mind, I'm like, I got to take a shot here and speculate a little bit. I speculated on Bitcoin at the right time. I speculated on, so can it be Grow Corp at the right time? Like, I speculated on certain things at the right time. They paid off for me. So I have no other choice because that's how I made it, right? I'm a guy that took a shot when a lot of people were kind of like a little adverse to what could or could not be happening. Let's take a look at that OKB from Cryptic Rick. We got through the Sol TA, DMTR, OKB. And shout out to all the super chats coming in today. I really appreciate it. You guys are actively amazing. Let me make sure I hit all those hearts. And shout out to Cryptic Rick, Mike M907. I love to give everyone some screen time. Cryptic Rick never stops with it. Now you're doing 5s, dude. You're unbelievable. May God bless you, bro. One Arm Bandit. Now he's doing multiple 5s. You're out of your man. I love you. Pull up ALGO on the 4 hour. Attempt with Stokes to the floor. And ONDO on the 4 hour. All right. Jesse B. So lower lows are coming. Thanks. Yep. Pull up Zcash on the 4 hour. We looked at that. Could you please check Sweet? We did look at Sweet. We looked at Say. We looked at If. Have you seen my X? Yes. OKB, DMTR. So, all right. Let me keep up with this. We looked at ONDO. We're looking at ALGO now. And OKB. All right. I got to keep up with the chat. The chat is riveting. I like a chat that makes me keep up with it. That makes me know it's so active that I got to keep it moving. I mean, that's fun, right? Having a job that you have to stay active on or it drifts away. If I'm not fast, if I'm not on point, if I didn't get a good night of sleep, man, I can't do the show well. I had to quit alcohol because there's no way I would have been able to do the show drinking. You can't wake up with this type of energy every single day, for 2,000 days straight, drinking alcohol. It's very unlikely. If someone does it, kudos to them. It's unlikely to me. I see what you're saying. Bit of a flag here on the 4 hour showing signs of a breakout. Possible previous support as resistance. Algo goes back up to 10 cents. Rode Algo from 30 cents to $3 years ago. That was about it. Looks like Algo may get all the way to 10 and then possibly get there to 9.3. Resistance there for Algo. Okay. 15-minute. I just personally, it's all right. Look at the daily. It's in between the 21 and the 200. 8 hour looks scrumptious the way it's like starting to form that tightness in between the 8 and the 21. 6 hour looks good to me. As the 21 just crossed, like the 6 hour looks like it's going to pump hard. It could easily turn back around and stop hunt everybody. It's the summer trading, so be careful for like a pump, a dump, and then a pump. I've seen this a lot. You have to be open-minded that may happen because the summer is very grimy. But Algo does look interesting. I'll give it to you there. Let's take a look at OKB, the OKB exchange, and see what we're seeing there on OKB. Still tight. We're looking for this. I want the bounce. You know, it's aggressive entry right now. Very aggressive entry. Still looking good on the 6. Daily got the cross with the 21 above the 200. That's looking mighty fine. 12 hour looks good with the 22 and the 12. 4 hour looks like it could be rounding a little bit though. Like I had it, you know what I mean? There's a little bit of caution there. 1 hour is also kind of playing games beneath this 200 moving average, right? Almost like it was in this. It fell out, up, came back inside. Now you want to see it bounce back to the top of the channel with like kind of a head and shoulder fake out there. Shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder, you know. I see it bouncing back to the top of the channel, but it's an aggressive entry. Like structure could be a high, could be lower risk. So if this comes in and goes like this, that's a lower risk entry for me personally with my stop here now because they already grabbed that. If I buy here, there's a chance it does roll over. It's definitely worth watching. We're going to keep our eye on it. And as the exchange grows, and if Bitcoin gets a bigger move, and you know they've been doing the right things, their coin could go up there. 991 or OKB from 85. Not amazing, but hey. 13% gains possibly coming out of OKB. Looks somewhat decent to me. Yes, big love. Blessings to the family. Shout out to Milligan's Travels. Thank you so much for sending in that super chat. I haven't looked at DMTR in a long. Remember that coin, man? Wow, Dimitra. So many. We've been through so many coins in the past, man. Really have to look at it on KuCoin. That's when we first started paying attention, but I don't know, man. Is it going to start again and begin to run? I think these coins have done what they've done, and like they've devastated who they could. People stop believing in them. Too many, and then they all start getting delisted too. I see that a lot. You know, show me the head and shoulder pattern, and I'll take it somewhat seriously. But until then, I just can't really get into this. And again, I love that token a long time ago. No offense, I really appreciate you putting it back, Jack. You know, MX token, which I've been, I saw it grow all the way from that, 26 cents all the way up to 569. Did a beautiful run. Possibly a bounce off that 786. It's coming our way. Zan Daily, could it pump? Let's take a look, man. Wow, I like this. We got a lot of people active today. Super chats are heating up. This is like one of the biggest super chat days we've had in a long time from all along, man. Secret to Rick, you started this, man. It takes one person to get it going, brother. Thank you so much. You really got it moving. You got people interested in queries, bro. Shout out to the 1,000 people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you. I mean, it's down near the 786 Fibonacci retracement. Previous support is resistance. That's the weekly, too. The weekly saying, hey, this is the lowest it gets. And a lot of these exchange-based tokens will bottom when the market bottoms, right? Because, I mean, and once that volume picks back up, things start moving. Bitcoin rips. I mean, everybody goes, oh, no, I should have been in, should have, would have, could have. And then, You got to look for this to get back above the 1 hour 200. 15-minute is showing signs of like the beginnings of a move, right? It's got a bit of a slanted uptrending head and shoulder pattern, does it not? Could get a nice pump back up to 162. MEXC. Still love MEXC. Still one of the best exchanges in the game ever. Lowest fees for a lot of things. And they really, I mean, for the years and years I've looked at MEXC, they've been amazing. So can't say nothing but good things over time, really, for the user, right? MEXC, baby. So the MEXC token, could that get back to 162? It's very possible. Very possible. If you want to trade where I trade right now, where I'm actively live trading, where I have my trades actually open right now that are both slightly green, not amazing, I'm not trying to brag, but they're green. And we're looking for that right shoulder to form over time and get the pump. And we're looking for about an 8-hour time frame. This looks like it's not going to happen overnight, or over the afternoon. It's going to take some time. We're not going to see this happen over, with a quick snap with a quick snap, in a flash, I should say. At a loss for words sometimes on the stream. But yeah, so I'm looking for sideways price action. I'm still long. I took some profits today. I paid the trader about $1,000. So hey, we did what we had to do. The 1 hour is still somewhat green. I don't know how I ran that. What was up there? My voice is so crazy. Had to clear my throat there a bit. So yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at for Bitcoin. And there's some altcoins that'll look interesting. Let me jump back into the chat too one more time here. Zan Daily, someone asked for. Couple Zans until I land. Wow, I mean, the thing has been consolidating nicely. Let's still lead everything and get big picture status on this. I'm going to look at it on the 3-day. I really need to zoom out. Okay, so it came out 17 cents and it dumped to what looks to me as a bit of a curve bottom, like rounded bottoms do pay the bills. Yeah, and then I can start to kind of frame out an ascending triangle at the bottom, mind you. They're 50-50 patterns. They could go lower, but hey, and it's above like this high volume node sticking out there, the volume area low. You can use the VRVP right here, or you can go here and just grab the fixed range and pull it out. It's going to match exactly. Look, there's a chunk. Yeah, it's just the only thing. This will change when you add more liquidity. The other one won't because it's fixed. That's why it's called the fixed. Pull the BNB, the 1 hour higher low holding soaks. Resetting. Damn, you're crazy. I love you, man. Let's take a look here. Can we head up to 2.4 on Zan? Let's kind of go closer to the daily. Daily looks good. It's on the 21 above the 200. It already got the pump, though. What did he ask? He said, could it pump? I mean, it might. I see it possibly coming down one more time, getting tight and then pumping. It might take a little bit of time. I see what you're saying here, though. Let's kind of zoom in again. There's something brewing here. There's a bear div there on the 4 hour, as the RSI does curve down. Look at it. See, I don't need that little. The RSI is curving down, while price action's curving up at resistance. But it also, see the rising wedges break up. Only 32% of the time. Mainly they break down. Like this should just drop back down to the bottom of the pattern, but it could break out. See what you're saying here. It's If you take that, you have to know it's a little more of a high risk. If you wait for it to drop and you miss out, so be it. I would wait for it to come to the bottom of the pattern. If it breaks out, then I'd wait for it to retest or a flag out here. Flagging outside a bigger pattern is also a really good probability play. I think you're onto something there. Just a little sketchy on the small time frames of how I go about entering. Let's take a look here at BNB. I like BNB on the daily right now. And I even like it on the weekly, I believe. Yeah, I like it on the weekly. You're near the weekly 200. Notoriously, some of the greatest prices for BNB in history. The entry was at about 570, 567. It's up already a little bit there. What was it exactly? 573. All right. I'm not trying to be like, oh my gosh, we're up $20 on, $59 would be 10%. So 20 is about 3%. You can do the math pretty fast there, right? Probably 2.78 or something. We're looking for the next rejection at 720. That would be our first bigger move. I like BNB. I know it has a long history of being amazing. I started buying it at $1. I knew about it when it was $1. I got into BNB down way back in 2017. It's one of the first awesome exchanges ever for us to use. Tron went crazy on it. Like, there was some, oh man. I'll never forget Binance, man. And then the next thing you know, no US user could use it. It was a sad day when I had to sign off of Binance for good. And I haven't been able to trade Binance ever since. They gave us Binance US, but it was horrible compared to what we used to have. It was like letting someone drive a Lambo and then making them drive a Honda Civic. It's like, oh, here's all the coins and the greatest exchange in the game. Here's a reserved exchange. And then they actually kicked off USD connection. You couldn't even get out. Then BUSD was under fire. Remember all this insanity? Next thing you know, he was locked up. He did 4 months, right? It's like one of the nicest, quietest, most passively, nicest guys in the world, CZ. Even he went to prison. It's kind of crazy, right? Even he did. Oh my God. Well, I'm Davern88 on your Discord. For some reason, YouTube changed my name. Let's go and get it. Make that bread even low volume. Summer. It changed your name to Milligan's Travels? So weird. But Dave, I know, yeah. Shout out to Dave Milligan. I can see you. I know Milligan's Travels. I love you, man. You've been super supportive. So he said BNB 1 hour higher low. Yeah, and it has that progressive uptrending cup and handle, you see? I call this an ascending cup and handle because you can see it it's an uptrending cup and handle. Cup and handle nonetheless, you can see it there. It is what it is. It looks like it's going to break out somewhere to $632 with a rejection at 604. BNB looks pretty hot to me. And shout out to the awesome... so many active people today here in the chat. What a great time. I mean, this was awesome. Super chats were abundant. Blessings on blessings. And, we're getting back into the schools section here in the South, down South. I think a lot of people watch me down South, and I forget that, we got out of school May 24th. And your kids want your time, man, when they're in school. It's not, you know what I mean? Look, Mikey, they're coming in it's just different. When they get back to school, things get back in. What's going on, So... shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here and being absolutely amazing. May God bless you for jumping on in and kicking it with the lifer. All right. Someone asked about Turbo yesterday. It did pump from that low, look, but it still is sideways. Some memes could start coming back here. If this keeps a bounce and goes sideways, Turbo could be in for another big move for Bitcoin. I'm going to start scanning more altcoins. You're going to see way more of them inside the Discord. Tonight is our weekly screen share as well. Get ready for that. And exciting times to be alive. So yeah, look out for awesome additions to the Discord. And we're back to our regularly scheduled weekly screen share tonight at 8 p.m. If you want to jump on in, we are there. Cool. Yeah, I like what we're seeing here too. And it does look like the bottom is very close for Bitcoin right now, in my humble opinion. And again, I could be wrong, but and today was a huge day, right? Today's a huge day, so 65.5 for Bitcoin on BOOKMAP suggests that they are going to liquidate the shorts up there eventually at one point later on today, 5 hours, 6 hours, 10 hours, but the odds are high that BOOKMAP will do that. Link in the description. If you want to learn more and trade where I trade, go to cryptolifer.com, go to cryptolifer.com, go to cryptolifer.com. All right? We're here every single day. FLOKI, don't leave. LOL, you're funny, man. Where do you see Shiba Inu going? How does it look to you? You know, if all the other coins come back, SHIB could come back. What, a lot of retail still hold SHIB? Is that what I'm getting from this I was looking for it to bounce there and get tight. It didn't even do that. I ripped back down. It's an older meme. I think some people are going to like, and that's the thing. When new memes come up, people are like, dang, I knew I shouldn't have held this old meme. We always believed SHIB would come back. We always believed it was the one, like they could always bounce, like Doge and then SHIB. And I don't know, we might be in a new era where not every single coin comes back anymore. Like Robinhood memes are kind of getting hot. Why would you jump into SHIB when you can get into a new meme on Robinhood? You know what I mean? So, you know what I meme? You got to really believe in SHIB. You got to want it. And this would be a really low DCA, and it would be a great place to buy in, right? But for me, I'm into the new and the speculation. And I've already speculated on this years ago. I'm not willing. You know, it does have the green R. Bitcoin, it all says it's going to bounce. If Bitcoin's going to bounce, Ethereum bounces, SHIB should bounce. So, but you're taking a huge risk of buying SHIB than Bitcoin or Ethereum or something bigger. Like, you know, that's why I buy BTC, man. Right? Look, I buy a whole Bitcoin. They don't want people seeing that, right? It's all funny. Turbo, baby, turbo. Looking somewhat sideways, too. That one might actually make a move. It looks, the last time we saw it, it did pump, too. FLOKI. FLOKI should look just like SHIB. Like FLOKI, SHIB, Dogecoin, they're all kind of, yeah, it looks exactly the same. Like you're either taking a shot at the lowest lows or you're not. Hard to really call it. Double click to see. I mean, it's getting above the 1 hour 200 and it's consolidating with the 21. Suggested it could bounce. And they're low market cap, so a small bounce like this could pay you way better, but it's higher. I'd rather just trade Bitcoin with higher leverage if I feel the need to get crazy. So if I want to get more risky, instead of trading this, I just trade Bitcoin at a higher level. You see? Just up the risk on Bitcoin. 4% possible gain. Is that really worth taking a shot in the 1 hour? To call the absolute bottom? It's got the bull div. It's got the move. The market should respond, but I know that I'm speculating on the fact that all memes are coming back. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't. All right. TA looks somewhat good. I know you're buying the very bottom. The probability says you're not buying the top. 100% you're buying the bottom. So. Anyway, that will be the show today. God bless everybody who jumped on in and traded with us. We appreciate it. We love you. We leave it with the trades kind of flat. One down 63, one up 63. Really just sideways price action. We're looking for this right shoulder to be made in the next 12 hours. Kind of projecting the idea that, yeah, this isn't going to play out so much. This one's already, you can see I've moved the stop loss into profit in case. And yeah, and it looks like I'd probably be able to wait out. And this is some of the most sideways price action I've seen in a long time, folks. If you're in the trading group and you just joined and you're like, I'm not used to it's not normal. You got to give us a week or two to get through this, and we'll get back to the way things were. But it's going to be a little slower for a bit. That's it. Even bots are going to go back and forth. They're looking for ranges they can't find just yet. So you got to keep the faith. This is the good time to learn and focus. And yeah. So everyone, thank you so much for jumping on in. Appreciate you all for being part of the Crypto Lifer live stream and donating your time. Without your time, we have no show. So may God bless you. I thank you so much for being amazing and for kicking it with us. And I'll see you guys all tomorrow for another beautiful, awesome, and amazing live stream where we teach you, show you what's going on, and have fun. So I can't wait to catch up with you guys tomorrow, Friday, in these August months. So God bless you. I love you. I'm still long. I'll keep you guys up to date inside the trading group as what we see. Looking for that right shoulder to be made, and then we'll go from there. Thank you so much, everybody. I really greatly appreciate your time. Without your time, there is no show. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Remember, the secret to success is getting started.